Ben, how would you sum up the NFL owners' meetings?
Very boring and predictable until about 4 in the afternoon when Jim Irsay, out of nowhere, just drops a bombshell on all of us. And I was standing next to Albert Breer in the media scrum, and we just kept looking at each other like, is this really happening? Is he really saying this? Because these owners, they never break ranks. You never hear one owner speaking ill of another. They always keep their issues in-house. Everything is very carefully planned. They keep the media, behind these velvet ropes in like a pen, basically, at these meetings. And they have Goodell and NFL people give press conferences so they can let the owners, sneak out the side door. Like, everything is very carefully crafted. So for Irsay to go kind of off script and to rip Daniel Snyder and to say that, yeah, we probably need to vote this guy out, that was shocking. And that certainly made all of our stories yesterday.
All right, let me let people in on what happened. Here's the question to Jim Irsay, the Colts owner, on possibly having Dan Snyder sell his team.
You said that Dan Snyder should get removed. Should the Snyder family sell?
I said he should. There's consideration that he should be removed. We have to complete the investigation. But to me, it's something that I think serious consideration has to be given to the removal, and we have complete authority to do that.
Of him or just the family, period?
I think, in general, of him being removed and selling the franchise.
Those are pretty strong words there, and you're right, Ben. This is the first time I can ever remember something like this happening where, one owner turns on another owner. But I guess I'm curious, what's Jim Irsay doing here? Why do you think he broke ranks?
I think he broke ranks because he's a lifer in the NFL. His family bought the team 50 years ago, so he has grown up in the NFL. He's 62 years old now. And for some of these older families, the Rooneys, the Irsays, the Maras, the NFL is their identity. It just means more to them. And Irsay said that the things that have gone on in the Washington football team for the last 2 decades are reprehensible and do not reflect the values of the NFL. And I think what Irsay said yesterday was 100% right. I think the surprising thing was just that he broke ranks. And Roger Goodell, he basically said... good. He basically told the other owners to zip it. We don't need to be talking until we get this report. And that's as close as you'll ever hear to Goodell admonishing one of his 32 bosses. So I think NFL legal department probably wasn't thrilled to see Irsay talking because that could complicate things if and when Dan Snyder ends up suing the league. But I think Irsay has just really had his wits' end with Snyder and all the bad news that he's brought to the NFL. And by speaking out yesterday, I think he amps up the pressure on the fellow owners to kind of do the right thing and to ultimately vote Dan Snyder out.
But I don't know if the commissioner's been asked this. He said before in front of Congress, hey, I don't have the power to be able to do this. I just want to ask him, what is the process to get started here? How does it start? And could you start it? Could Jim Irsay have started it yesterday? I don't know if you have the answer to it, but that's what I would want to know from the commissioner.
So I think all it takes is 32 of the 32 men sitting around in a room and deciding, hey, do we want to bring this to a vote? Jim Irsay, I guess, could have brought it to a vote yesterday, but Roger Goodell, I think, smartly has convinced the other 30 owners we don't need to be taking any action here until we get the report back from Mary Jo White. They want the facts. They want the legal document behind them as their hammer whenever they do decide. So I think all it takes is just at one of these league meetings, whether it's the...
But how do you do that, Ben, if Daniel Snyder is in the meeting and you go, hey, new business? Yeah, we'd like to get rid of Dan Snyder. All in favor, say hi.
Well, I mean, they've done it before where they ask, when they're talking about someone, they ask them to leave the room. So I imagine
Okay.
It would have to be Tanya Snyder, his wife, who's representing him. She would have to leave the room, and they'd have to everyone put your head on your desk and thumbs up, thumbs down.